Hello, hello, my darlings. How are you all doing? Lately, I've been really enjoying starting the stream with this microphone because it's just nice to get that like sweet, awesome quality. So, I'm going to be setting up my lapel microphone as usual. While we get started. So, hello, Unsphered, Henry, Asa, Victor, Chris, hello. Yes, Doot Mistress. I love that. Doot Mistress. I'm not gonna lie, I actually really like that. You know, if I like, you know, that is a username that I totally would have used if I did not come up with Just Another Flutist. Doot Mistress. I love it. So Asa, you get to go to Flute Center Chicago this weekend. Have fun. Tell them that you're a regular in my streams. I think they would get a great kick out of that. Be sure to like see, well, be mindful of it, but see if the repair folks there are down for a little chat, or to show you stuff and whatever. Unsure if they might be busy at this time, but they are a great repair team, like a really fantastic repair team. So they like, without my prompting, they like, because they knew that I would be into it, I think they like took photos of you know, the whole COA process on my flute and stuff like that. So highly recommend, like, if you can, they sound like they are the type of people who would love to chat with you if you want to. I apologize, Flute Center Chicago, if I'm voluntelling you guys to do this. I do not mean that. What I really mean is that they are just a really fun bunch there. So I hope you enjoy. Yes. So ask if they have time. If they don't have time, please don't get in their way. But if they do have time, I think they would be just such an awesome, like, it would be a great opportunity for you to just like, you know, kind of get some of the ins of like how creative they get with fixing flutes and stuff. Because as far as I understand, a lot of the felt that is used in my flute right now is actually high quality hat felt. Do you guys know this? It's super interesting. So the plan is to visit Atlas Stationers. I have no idea what that is. I'm so sorry, I have no idea what that is. I am not in the in on a lot of things. The Flute Center, then Green Mill Cocktail Lounge. Ooh, oh my. Ooh. So the Green Mill is an old Prohibition era speakeasy. Well. That sounds super fun. So Atlas sells fountain pens. Oh, like stationers as in stationery, right? Oh, that sounds so cool. That sounds like a really fun trip. That's the type of thing that it sounds like the type of thing that John and I really like to do. It's the essentially urban hiking. Urban hiking, and you have a few points of interest and you want to hit that up. Oh, that sounds amazing. Doesn't matter how far you push the envelope, it will always be stationary. Are you serious, Chris? Why are you hitting me with the dad jokes so early in the stream? It's so the stream just started, bro. The stream has been going on for only 9 minutes. Why? Henry, so you're asking hat felt. Never heard of them using that. Yeah, so they allowed me to make a post about them fixing my flute. So let's see if I can find maybe my Instagram post. I'll see if I can find it and I'll post it here for you guys. I mean, it happened a wee bit ago. Yep, there it is. So I think, yes, and it has the photos and stuff. Let's see. Yes. So Brandon uses the best felt in the world, old Stetson cowboy hats. So let me see if I did. I'm trying to give you guys a link that doesn't look absolutely heinous, and it doesn't. Okay, so here you guys go. I'll pop it in the chat for you. There's my Instagram post of them fixing my flute. And yeah, read the little notes that they left in there. It's awesome. It's super awesome. So, let's see. Hey Susie, how are you? Welcome back. Washington DC has a concert for Memorial Day weekend on YouTube. I didn't know that. Thank you for telling me, Victor. Yes, Memorial Day weekend is coming up. It is coming up. I am taking Monday off, so that is going to be very nice, because after the madness that has been my life since returning from Singapore, I really don't mind a long weekend. My thumb pad looked tired. Yeah, didn't it? I don't even know what that blue is, man. Don't even ask me what the blue is and why it's blue. Oh, awesome. So, Michael, are you going to be able to go to a music store while you're out with family? That sounds super fun. I hope you're able to try some flutes too. Did I figure out how it turned blue? No, I didn't. I did not figure out why my thumb pad turned blue. Truly, I have no clue. I always tell my students, at least, that your flute, unless you are also a professionally trained technician, like you've gone through the hoops, apprenticeship, courses, training, Straubinger certified, unless you have had all that training and you are a technician yourself, your flute is in safer hands with a technician than it is in yours. And this is something that I completely believe about myself too, that like my flute is safer in the flute center's hands than it is in mine. Because there's a lot of things, tiny little moving parts on the flute that I will freely admit that I still do not know enough about. Do I have the books? Absolutely. I have the books. I totally bought this years ago. This is the Complete Guide to the Flute and Piccolo, second edition by J. James Phelan. I hope I'm saying his last name correctly. For some reason, I've never had to actually say it out loud before. And contributions by Lillian Burkhart. Yes, the same Burkhart of Burkhart Flutes. So the reason why I bought this was because at a certain point, I was actually interested in possibly becoming a flute technician myself, which is, hilarious to think about considering how heavy-handed I am. But this really has a lot of like kind of the ins and outs of how flutes actually work. And, so have I actually read this book? Every now and then I think to myself that I'm going to pull it out and read it. And then I get distracted with whatever other like streaming or vlogging or whatever like YouTube-y thing. I think my heart is just in content creation, guys. My heart is in content creation. As much as I wish that I was like dedicated enough to actually learn how to fix flutes, I don't actually think that's where my heart is. Yes, this is no longer my secret shame. This is now my confession. So, yeah. I do also have this. This is Tailbow Bem's The Flute and Flute Playing in Acoustical, Technical, and Artistic Aspects. So again, it's sort of like his whole thing on like the technicalities of how he developed his flute, the Bem flute that we know now, the Bem system flute. There's a lot of math in here too, and just like measurements and blah blah blah. Have I read this either? Considering that it looks so new. Also, no. So I definitely bought these books in sort of my era where I thought I was going into flute repair, and then I became a content creator. So yeah, I'm kind of at the point in my life now where I'm like, that was a past dream of mine. Do I think that I would have been successful in that regard? I'm going to be completely real with guys. I don't think I would have been successful. I do not think I would have been successful. So I'm actually kind of glad I didn't fully get into it. But I have an appreciation for it, I have an appreciation. So, and for people who are absolutely getting into it, I completely and utterly support it. We always need new minds in the field. We need new kind of like fresh perspectives in the field. People who will continue to evolve the art and the craftsmanship. So we need people like that. Am I that person? No. I have really accepted that about myself, that I'm a content creator. I like reviewing flutes from the perspective of an actual like player, rather than reviewing flutes from like a super technical, like, you know, measurement kind of way. So I've always wanted to review flutes in a way that is very practical for people who are just wanting to enjoy the flute, or purchase a flute for their specific, you know, laundry list and needs. But yeah, so, you know, clearly I've given this a lot of thought and I just never told you guys. Like we were saying yesterday, I know some people walked in the middle of the stream yesterday and they're like, what the heck is going on? Because I was talking about things like, hey, you know, like, you know, internet safety and all that. And like, hey, we're all still strangers, so make sure, you know, stay safe and stuff. But yeah, I think it does kind of go to show I still have a lot of little secrets up my sleeve. So, you know, let's see. There's not much demand for tactical field stripping a flute. That is a great way of putting it. Yes, that is a great way of putting it. Just like the mechanics don't fly the spaceship, we don't fix our instruments. Oh, Phantom. That is a great way of putting it. Let's see. Oh, interesting. So, Henry, you heard from Avon O'Leary, who's the president of Haynes, that now she will not make her own head joint because there's a problem where if you think you can make it better, you might go too far. True. It's sort of the it's the what I think in my brain, I think of it as like the fallacy of a perfectionist, that like which is like sounds like a kind of like an oxymoron in and of itself, but like it, in my experience, it is true. In the pursuit of perfection, or the pursuit of something that you feel like you can always make it better, the hardest part is walking away from it. And especially if you're going to make a product, like a physical product, like a flute head joint, at a certain point, you gotta walk away from it, right? So it's like you have to then make a decision for yourself, right? It's like, are you going to walk away from it and be content with it? Like, are you just going to be content with constantly making the next iteration of it, like the next iPhone? Or is it going to drive you mad? Because if it's going to, like, legitimately, if it's going to drive you mad, don't do it. Just straight up don't do it, you know? So I totally, very valid, totally feel it. You know, some people I think opt to go in the route where they come out with whatever they can come out now, and then they just plan on having future iterations, you know, and differences and stuff like that, right? You let perfect be the enemy of good. Perfection, well, there you go. Both of you said it. Perfection is the enemy of the good. Yep. Yep. No, I feel it. I totally feel it. Yeah. Piper Maid, welcome back. How are you? You think it'd be cool to be able to tweak a flute to help someone play that has physical difficulties? That would be very gratifying. Indeed, it is. So I have heard it is deeply gratifying. I saw a post of one of the local flute technicians here. They put up a wonderful post years ago where they had come up with a way to weld little walls on the keys to allow a player who had arthritis to have something kind of like keep her fingers on the keys. That's so cool. That is so cool. And from my understanding, these types of projects are some of the more like exciting ones that flute technicians get to have every now and then. From what I hear, you don't get it very often because it's just not something that a lot of people request. But when you do get it, I hear it's a great time. Yeah. I hear it is a great, great time. Could you make a flute using tungsten carbide? I mean, who's to say someone hasn't already tried? Right? Because I think there's a lot of things that go into the ultimately the production of a flute, right? Because they have to think about like how are they sourcing their materials? Like essentially, how expensive is it to source their materials? Is there enough of a demand to justify this, right? Because you know, you're a business, so you do need to turn a profit, right? So it's like, is this going to be a loss? Is this going to be a profit? How do you price it? You know, is there a demand for such a material? And then there's the material itself, like how easy is it to work with? Is it if it's really difficult to work with, it essentially increase the labor that surrounds creating the instrument, which would also drive up the price. These are all just like some of the little things that I have heard of over the years that really contributes to like whether or not you see a certain new material come out into the actual market. So by the time a new or like a formerly never used material comes out into the flute market, there's been a lot of like prototypes. There's been a lot of planning. Probably they may have played around with tons of different types of metals before. But you know, like just, you know, what they ended up coming out with makes sense. Like this is one of the reasons why it's such a big deal for like Trevor James to have come out with their copper alloy flute, and I jumped on it, right? Because I'm not sure how long the demand for such a flute will last. So I was like, that is my backup flute. I'm getting it right now, you know? So yeah, there's like a lot that goes on in the background. So who knows? Maybe someone has, as Henry just said. I hope I'm saying this correctly. Is it Geohagan used to offer a tungsten head joint? I have heard of tungsten. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, those plastic instruments are along this line. Yes, exactly. So like there's a lot of marketing that goes into this as well. It's like, how are you going to market a plastic flute, right? So Nuvo has really gone more towards sort of like the education for young flutists kind of road, right? It's pretty obvious from their marketing that they are marketing towards young students, right? And they're marketing towards teachers of young students or parents of young students. Whereas the Guo, which is like my bass flute, is that's another reason why I pounced on it, because it is yet again one of those kind of like rare things that I was like, I don't know how long this is going to last in the flute market, because when you put the Guo bass flute together, it is like the highest quality PVC pipe is how I would describe it. That's what it feels like. It's like super high quality PVC pipe that they have really like formed to exactly the dimensions that they want. You know, I understand that I'm a very kind of like small market, because I am a short person who wants to own a bass flute. I can't hold up a normal bass flute for, you know, nowhere near as long as I can hold up this plastic flute, right? So it's like, and also I never want to pay for maintenance on this bass flute. So, you know, that's why I like pounce on getting a completely synthetic flute, right? So it's like, I understand that I'm in a very small market. So I'm like, when I see it, and I can see that it's made it into the flute market, I'm like, I'm buying it, you know? So yeah, it like you it's interesting, like if you think about sort of the marketability of these flutes. I certainly am not a a very extremely learned woman when it comes to exactly how the flute market works. Everything that I'm talking about right now is just from me observing the market from the sidelines for years, you know. So, yeah. Oh wow, that is some very very heavy that's pretty heavy, Henry. That's pretty heavy. Oof. Um yeah, yeah. So like when I tried the plastic bass and I realized that it played very well. That's why I was like immediately want to buy it because as you say, plastic does have some problems surrounding it, like how loud it can play, etc., the density of it, all that stuff. So, you know, I was like, I actually sound professional on this plastic flute, so I'm getting it, you know. Um, Michael, you can do that. I think that would be very nice of you to do that, to call the music store before you try flutes. Yeah, that's a very nice thing to do. Oh, speaking of its petroleum origins, yes, that is problematic. Absolutely, that is problematic. And I do not know what to think of it. I do not know how to think of it. I have not done enough research. Yeah, I am not educated enough to speak on that. But I do understand that it is problematic. So, yeah, it's very unfortunate. But, yeah. Anyway, I do want to make sure I get some good practice in and I don't talk away the entire stream. I am feeling a lot better today than yesterday, as you guys can probably tell from the way that I'm talking. Um, was it yesterday or the day before? No, it was yesterday. It was literally just yesterday. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better today. Not like this crash is lasting a little bit longer than I would like, but at the same time, you know, I'm still more with it this week than last week. So we're just still going to count that as a win. But here we go. Let's start practicing. I am still not willing to put a timer up yet, but I can feel that very soon I will be okay with it. But I will still keep an eye on the actual time and make sure that I finish at approximately 5:30 p.m. my time, Pacific time. So, yeah. That's true, Susie, that possibly every material can be problematic in one way or another. That's very, very true. Also, can you guys tell that I really like dusty green? I only just realized that like my water bottle is the exact same color as my sweater. Lenny, hello, welcome. Olive Drab, Army Joe. I love these names. G.I. Joe. You guys think it's aesthetic? Thank you. I love dusty green. Dusty green has kind of become my like my chill Joanna, adult Joanna color. Like I really started gravitating towards it for like sometime in the last 10 years or so, because I kind of used to definitely be like very like blue girl, and then I kind of was messing around with like pinks again because I was kind of like coming into a bit of more like a rediscovering my girliness sans makeup, but then like you know sometime you know in the last several years I've really started gravitating towards this like dusty green. I just find it very calming. GI Jaff. I like it. I like it. Okay. Oh, I need my earplug. I'm gonna grab my earplug real quick. This the one? This is. Lovely. Okay, I'm gonna pop that in. And then let's get started. We're going to do some harmonics and see how they go. Oh, I clearly did not look to see how I had this rotated. Okay. There you go. Have some phlegm. Okay, that last one is like almost there, kind of there. I'm going to take it. For the most part, feeling okay. I was like really thinking about my posture because today I learned something about myself. So you guys have known that I've been working on my anterior pelvic tilt for the last couple of years. I've known that I've had it for a really long time, but always thought that it was more of like an aesthetic thing for me to fix about myself. Turns out, no. If you have an anterior pelvic tilt, you should really look into fixing it, or like, you know, training yourself to fix it. And I discovered today from watching a vlog of a YouTuber that I've been watching for a really long time, Bub's Vlogs, if you guys have been around since near the beginning of YouTube, or It's Bubs. She mentioned that because she has flat feet, it encouraged and gave her anterior pelvic tilt, which has been causing her back pain and like knee pain and stuff like that. So she went to the chiropractor recently, and the chiropractor informed her that it's her walking around so often with flat feet that was causing her to develop anterior pelvic tilt. And I'm like, I have flat feet. This is all making sense. So I was thinking about my trip in Singapore, and the shoes that I was wearing, one of them is fairly supportive, like a fairly supportive sandal. The other one was a pair of flats that I don't think is actually really that supportive at all. And so I think walking around so much in my sandals and in my flats, and then whenever we were, you know, in the home that we were staying in, I was always barefoot. So I wonder if doing that for 2 weeks kind of, I think that is probably what reintroduced my anterior pelvic tilt. So I think I need to kind of like keep that in mind for future trips or future like, you know, these types of things where like I'm going to be away from home. Because actually, like, I think the reason why I'm pretty okay at like keeping my pelvic tilts in line at home is because I actually wear these. These are Clark's like supported sandals, and I don't wear them really for the support. I wear them because of the height. So the height makes it easier for me to kind of navigate around a home that is not built for someone as short as me. Okay, so for anyone out there who lives in the States, if you are under 5'6", though America is just not built for you. There's nothing in America that is built for you if you are under 5'6". You know, so I find that it's just easier to navigate around my life at home if I have this much height. As it turns out, because these are very supportive sandals from Clark's, I think I've actually given myself a better chance at correcting my pelvic tilt while at home. And since I stay at home a lot, it's worked out in my favor. So I thought I would share that with you. Same if you're over 6 feet. That is true. I have heard of that before. There's only a very small window of a height that you can be in the States, where everything in the States is actually built for you. If you're underneath that, everything is gigantic to you. You're like a hobbit everywhere. And if you are over that, the whole world feels like the Shire. Yeah. 5'6" to 5'10". See, you guys agree. 5'6" to 5'8", 5'6" to 5'10". Exactly. If you're within that range, everything in the States is comfortable for you. If you're under that, it's not. If you're over that, it's not. Okay, so 5'6" to 5'8". There you go. Right? Do you feel like you have to like go like this for everything? Like your poor shoulders are probably broken, you know? Hey, Michael, that's great. Okay, so anyway, I just wanted to give you guys that update because I felt that that was very relevant to what we've been practicing here. Last week, I definitely noticed that my anterior pelvic tilt was back. So I was like, I've been really consciously working at like correcting it, re-correcting it again. So even when I've not been playing the flute, even when I'm just sitting down, I'm making sure to tuck my butt in, really correct that, make sure that when I'm standing, walking around, whatever, that I'm really using my core to hold up my pelvis. So I think that is really helping. So, but yeah, I didn't realize that having flat feet was doing that to me. So yay, knowledge. Okay, so we are now doing Moyse la Sonorite, page 22, number 34. Okay, so our, woof. How is this working? Oh, we're only going 2 notes up before we have to do everything coming down. I see. Okay, so okay, volume warning here. The bass note here is high A sharp, and we are jumping to every other note in our range, first going up and then coming down. Okay, this is gonna be fun. Here we go. I feel like the tonal quality could be better. Weirdly enough, I think my lower lip manipulation was better today, but my feeling of where it should resonate in the mouth wasn't quite as bang on today. Is it Jathrin or Jathrin? Welcome to the stream. Standing at 4'11", struggling to live. I feel you. I absolutely feel you. Have you ever been to an Asian country? Because when I went to Japan for the first time in 2018, I was like, oh my gosh, is this how normal people feel? Everything is my height. You know, like when I'm on the subway, the like trains and stuff, and I have to hold on to stuff, I don't have to do this. Like, I can just do this. It's so nice. I'm like, what? And in the Airbnbs that we were in, the like countertops for the kitchen, it was like, I could work on things perfectly like this. Like, I could just bend my arm at 90 degrees and the counter is there. I don't have to go like this. What? Oh no. Oh no, Asa. You're just tall enough that doorways look like they're fine when they are in fact not quite fine. Oh, unsphered. Yeah, back problems from constantly going like this, right? Oh, I feel you. We have some very tall friends. So like we hear it. We understand. Oof. Oof oof. Okay. So, we want to focus on cuz lower lip manipulation going pretty good today. But we want to focus on kind of like where the note is resonating. So I'm going to be focusing on that for the next iteration of this, which is to slur from the high A sharp to every other note. So we're going to try that now. Okay. I don't think I can be very mad at that. The moving, like focusing on the like where it's resonating definitely helped. However, it made me in the beginning of the exercise somewhat forget about my lower lip. So it's a little bit of like a kind of a like I'm holding too many things in my arms type of situation, and like one thing is falling, so I'm trying to catch that, and then the other one falls, so I'm trying to catch that. So, um, you know, I think I'm going to let these concepts just kind of simmer in my brain. But for what it was, I'm really not mad about it. Like I think that it is still getting better than what it has been in previous practice sessions. So we're gonna leave that. So that is my evaluation of that. Like Catherine. So Jathrin. Got it. Perfect. Thank you for clarifying that. Yes, you've been to an Asian country and felt exactly that. Like, I was just like, wow, this is what life could be like. Really? Because you know what I have going on, like the situation in here? I've talked about this before, but I have a, I don't know if it's going to show it, but here. Yeah, so you guys can see I have a little tray here. It is on the absolute freaking lowest setting possible. Like this keyboard tray is the absolute lowest it will go. It is the lowest keyboard tray that I could find on Amazon. So if you're wondering, it's by Stand Up Desk Store. Okay. It's the absolute lowest one that I can find. Combine that with the fact that I have an office chair. So I bought this office chair, which at its lowest point, like it is lower than I need it to be. However, my keyboard tray only goes so low. So I need to bring myself up to get to it. So I am on a butt pad, which is fantastic, by the way, for lumbar support. And also if you want to sit with your butt tucked in, this makes it so that your pelvic bone is not completely digging into your chair because this thing is memory foam. So it's very comfortable. But you can see it's quite the thick butt pad. And underneath, I have 2 music textbooks. These are 2 music history textbooks that I layer on top of each other. And then, so when I have the whole setup here, in this manner, my arms will be at 90 degrees while sitting on the chair, 90 degrees, and, you know, with my table at its lowest setting. So arms at 90 degrees, legs at 90 degrees. But I have to, I've essentially suspended myself slightly in order to meet my desk. Look at all this extra BS I have to do as a short person. Oh. Anyway, there is my, oh, what is going on here? Oh, there we go. There's my short person rant. I will probably do another short person rant in a few more months. Bless you. Oh, man. You guys. You'll trade an extra foot of height? How about be tall? That's what this is for. Do you see the thickness of this? I walk around at home in this. I put all my experience points into the flute, man. I ain't got nothing for anything else, man. Class. Do you know that in so in D&D, Chris knows this because I hope you don't mind people knowing, but Chris was our dungeon master, and I played a halfling. Legit played a halfling. And then when John and I started Baldur's Gate, I was like, I can't let go of my character yet, so I made another halfling. I keep actually playing halflings. I think it's because I feel like I know what it's like to be short, so I understand like I can kind of like more easily put myself into like the problems that like a halfling would have. Anyway. Oh man, that's tall. If you guys meet me in real life, okay, you guys are probably going to be like, wow, Joe, you're really short. Okay, let's do a bit of circular breathing. have no problem convincing myself to circular breathe when I'm just blowing on my hand, but I clearly have a problem with it on the flute. So I might have some sort of like slight mental hang up around it. You want a spam plushie for scale? Does this give you an idea of how small I am? I know I make this guy look gigantic. He's not. You know. Anyway, he's living here on my desk for now. Okay. I'm going to do a bit of circular breathing on the flute, but you guys keep talking. Okay. That last one was good. I'm going to try it like with the just kind of wiggling a note. Definitely easier to hide when the notes are moving. Okay, for fun, I want to try scale. Okay, I did it. I mean, I got very distracted, but I did it. Oh, okay. I couldn't do that before. So, we will take that. We will take it. Okay. Just updating my list here. Okay. Moving on to 480 exercises. Wow, standing at 410, but can deadlift 400 pounds. That's amazing. I really need to get back into weightlifting because it really did make my life a lot better. So I want to get back into like a more regular like light cardio, sprinkled in with some DDR at home with John and some Beat Saber, which is a pretty good source of cardio. And then I wanted to get back into weightlifting again. I've lost a lot of my muscle mass, which I'm really sad about. Hey, Jenny, how are you? Oh, you're the shorty of your cousins. Yeah, come to think of it, I am too. I'm the shortest one. Oh, I feel it. I feel it. It's okay. Oh, it's okay. We are very supportive of our short kings and queens, our average height kings and queens, and our tall kings and queens here. We're all very supportive of each other. Okay, we get it. We get it. The world was not made for most of us. Oh, I feel it. Okay, we're gonna do Moyse 480 exercises, number 189. This one is broken triads on G sharp. So this is going to be fun. Okay, let's do this. And I'm going to be focusing on my posture, actually, out of everything. I'm going to be focusing on making sure my anterior pelvic tilt is corrected. And especially for this, I'm noticing that one of my old habits that I've returned to after coming back from Singapore is I am noticing that I am kind of like bringing the flute too far back. So I need to bring the flute further out. This was a posture change that I did, I want to say like a year or two ago, because I discovered that the shorter your limbs are, the further out you actually want to put your flute, because it is actually legitimately way more comfortable that way. So I am slipping back into old habits because I took a break and was not watching my posture. So we will be focusing on that as we practice this right now. Okay, I want to try that one again. That one is kind of a little swirly with the fingerings. I was trying to make sure that my fingers weren't like reaching like that, so that was a little bit distracting. We'll try it one more time. Okay, definitely better. One other thing that I was noticing was I wasn't resonating the B where it needs to be. It actually is a little bit more forward than I think it needs to be. So I think it's actually in the same vein as the high A on this flute. So the high A sharp, and B all need to be kind of tucked a little bit more forward than I think they need to be. Sometimes I find that this actually also extends down to the G sharp, G sharp, G, and F sharp as well. So, but you know, so it wasn't quite where I thought it needed to resonate. You know, the high notes on this flute and head joint combo tend to kind of want to ride a little bit more forward. So, okay, one more, and then I'll catch up with the chat. Woo! Okay, we did it. Catching up with the chat. I love that we're still talking about our like height differences. This is so cute. Oh, growth spurts too. Oh, Sean, I'm so glad to hear that you're just making life work for you. Yes, take life by the reins and be the driver. Yeah, we support you. Oh, oh, Unsphered, I'm guessing you got very, very familiar with just like cinching in those pants, right? Oh, man. Oh, man. No, I feel you, man. I feel you. Yeah, Sean, I'm really glad that you can come here and share that. We're all very supportive of you. Make life work for you, you know? Be the one in control. Yeah. Okay. We're going to do that whole exercise again, but with G sharp, B, and D sharp. That is our new triad. Okay, so in case you guys are wondering why suddenly my G sharps worked, this was exactly what I just talked about earlier. My mouth right now is estimating that it needs to kind of spin a little bit further back, but it's actually kind of tucked a little bit forward. So I just have to be very conscious of that, and then it like comes out every time. So moving on to the next one. Okay, I need to do a more dramatic shift onto the trill key there for the B. Okay. All right, I'm gonna try rotating. We'll see how that goes. Oh. All right, I know what happened. Even when I rotated on to that key, my finger was actually still halfway depressing the F sharp key. So that's why all of those work now. Okay, good to know. We are going to move on to the next triad, which is A flat, C, and E flat. Do the same thing. Okay, I need to do that last one more time just because the fingering was messing me up a bit. Okay. Okay. That is as much as my brain can handle, because there's a few things going on there. One is the fingering itself is really freaking weird. The other thing is, so my A flats have to be forward in the mouth, then my C's have to be further back. So I'm kind of going like this with my air, like resonating it in different spots. There's a bit of gymnastics going on there to make it sound like that. So, okay. That's good to know, though. I was placing my A flats really well now. The nice thing about these exercises is that they tend to be cumulative. So what you learn on one exercise, you can actually just directly apply to another exercise. So, you can just stick to what he tells you, which is 4 reps per exercise. You can do that. You can actually afford to do that. You can leave something even if it's imperfect, because it is cumulative. So you will be able to apply what you learned in like the next exercise that you practice. So it's a pretty great system. I really like this. And actually most of like studying an instrument is cumulative. So, you really just have to show up and essentially work out. You just show up, do your sets, do your reps, and trust the process. You will get better. So, okay, I can see that moving on to the Ibert, that I should be starting from the end this time. So I will be sure to do that. after we start at Q56. And part of the reason why I'm saying this out loud is to also just like remind myself what I'm doing. Ryan, hello. Don't be sorry that you are late. You guys are never obligated to show up exactly on time. This is not how these streams work. These streams are here for you to drop in whenever you have time, and we are happy to have your presence here. Yeah. Great. Let's see. It looks like we're talking about Pulak. Fantastic. So good. Oh, the pant length thing, Jenny. Yes, yes, I totally agree. Oh my goodness. When I bought pants in Japan and they just were at the right length, I was like, what is this? What is this? Oh, and Spirit, you have to use safety pins to cinch things in. Ugh. Do you know that they make fashionable ones? I just saw this the other day. So you can get safety pins that have like little pearls and stuff like that. You know, it's like a completely like divified like safety pin to like cinch in like a pair of pants that are too big. Isn't that cute? So cute. Yes, we're talking about hemming. Yes. Learning to sew was such a godsend for me. Ooh. Weirdly, Sean, I think everyone wishes they could buy pants at their height. I feel like I live in a world where no one ever can find pants in their height. Like the first time it happened to me was in Japan. Christine, how are you? It's so useful. Exactly. Y'all, I feel it so hard. Just came from Grandson's band concert. Oh, that's awesome. I hope they did a great job. Oh. Oh, that's so cute. Weird. You had a little raccoon tail on yours. That's so cute. Okay. Anyway, let's do some drilling. Okay, so we are starting from Q56. We're going to do compression exercises first, and then we are going to play it once through and we'll evaluate and see how it goes. But you guys keep talking. I think I can do it one more time. Okay, it's getting better. That transition into the A flat is smoother than before, but still not quite as smooth as I want it to be. So we're just gonna trust the process and just keep coming back to it. It is getting better though. Like I feel like it's getting better. So we're gonna skip on over to the end now and then go backwards. By the way, I have discovered that so I just use Microsoft Edge to read my PDFs and it always remembers where I last left off. So this is a great little hack if you want to kind of switch up the order of how you practice things. If you open it up on a PDF, it will always be where you last left off. So that's why I know that I'm starting from the end and I'm going backwards. It's a great little hack. But okay, let's do this. Same thing. getting more used to that, the last two notes fingerings. Okay, with time. It just comes with time. Ooh, and I can feel I need to swab this. Definitely just felt a little bit of condensation leaking out there. Yeah, Sean. So it is actually very common to, like, if you are upgrading to a professional flute or a professional head joint, to it's almost expected that your head joint is going to be fitted to the flute that you own. Yeah, it's it's sort of like almost kind of like part of the purchase, you know. So Monka actually makes their head joints smaller on purpose so that it will fit as many flutes as possible. So what you do when you try the instrument is you put little pieces of like the copper tape onto the you know, the tenon of the head joint, so that it will not fall out of the flute that you are trying it on. Yeah, that's actually very common. Oh my gosh, women sizing too. Oh my gosh, tell me about it. My goodness, it's just so inconsistent. Oh my goodness, even within the same brand, even in the same like even if you're shopping within the actual same store, sometimes the sizing is just so inconsistent. Yeah. No, Jenny. I find that the more I talk about it, the more it's really a universal thing, that like no one can find pants that are the correct length for you. Yeah, no. Oh, it is. Yeah, it's one of those things where I've just decided that if I get jeans, I have to hem them unless I get them from Japan. Okay, let's do the opposite now of the that compression exercise we were doing. do it as written. If you guys heard that, that was Hubs. Okay, that's that. I think I'm gonna leave that. I can tell that I am about to do it correctly. So that voice in my head is like, ooh, if you do it one more time, it's going to be good. So you know what? We're just gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave that. Yeah, I think I'm overdoing it a bit. That's why I'm trying to like just pull back and just leave it. So when am I practicing again? I think Thursday. So I think Thursday it'll be like nice and settled, I think. You know, be that way, right? Knowing when to stop is half the battle. Exactly. This is a conversation that I've been having with a lot of students lately. Several students I have been talking about how like you need to stop. And it's important for the actual learning process to stop. It's very normal to get to the point where your brain's like, oh, if I do it one more time, it's going to be good. It's very normal. And in fact, what I've started to do now is like, if I get that voice in my head, that to me now, I've chosen to interpret that as a sign that I actually have like learned what I needed to learn that day. It's just that I need time for it to settle. Christine, you're learning this. Several people are learning this. Okay. I'm talking to a lot of students about this idea of like, you have to stop and step away. So, yeah, you sometimes have to kind of like reinterpret what that little voice in your head is actually saying, you know? So, yeah. Ryan, can I ask that you keep your questions and stuff related to what we're talking about? Right now, what's happening is that as you're inserting your questions, it's breaking up the conversation. This is one of my chat rules. We appreciate your questions, but they kind of don't have anything to do with what's happening right now. So please keep it on topic because that's how you would do it in real life too. Okay, thank you. All right, so cool. Oh, no problem. I don't do requests. TM. So this is a practicing stream where I do get to talk to you guys too, but I don't take requests. Okay, shall we? We're going to go one section back and do the same thing. No, and if you keep asking me, I'm very sorry. I am going to have to ban you. Please follow the rules. Stay on topic and do not beg me for anything. I am not, you don't own me. All right? Oh, we should do compression exercises. The other way. All right, and then as written. Unspirit, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is the Ibert. I'm quite pleased with how that went. So the things that have really settled since last week are those high notes peeking in. Those are good. And then like just the general flow of it is much better. So I still think I can do it a little bit better, but again, you got to know when to walk away. So we got to walk away. All right. So we're going one section above now, and we are going to do the same thing. Here we go. the other way. Yeah. Okay. And then as written. Okay, there is one spot I just want to make sure that my fingers aren't reaching. Okay, and we walk away. Walk away. One more big section, and then we're done drilling for today. Same thing. Thank you, TM. Oh, thank you, Sean. You know, the fact that you're saying that I have a nice French tone, that is a huge compliment. I was never able to achieve this tone when I was in school. And that has been always kind of like a bit of a kind of something that I have been ashamed of actually for a very, very long time. So it's really nice to just kind of like to know that you guys think that I have a nice French flute sound. Charlie, hello, how are you? Charlie, have you been around in the chat earlier? I feel like you weren't. Yeah. So how are you, Charlie? Tracy, hello. How are you? I just saw that you did just join the chat a little bit ago. How are you? How's everything? How's teaching and all that stuff? Ryan, thank you so much. Why is there so much misogyny in the medical industry? That's a very good question. That is an extremely good question, and I am not equipped to answer that. I have a woman doctor. I have a female doctor precisely for that reason. Yep. Deanna, thank you so much. Oh, it's my, yeah. So I noticed that, Jenny, that like my pinky is like kind of going, nah! So thank you for noting that as well. Lippity, how are you? How is life? So Charlie, you were practicing bass stuff. Ooh, fun. What were you practicing? Was there a specific piece you were practicing? You can just about get the low C out on your new Nouveau unsphered. That's great. I actually find the low notes very difficult to play on the Nouveau. Yeah. Practicing much more enjoyable now that you're done with school, Charlie. Anyone else experience this? It took me a while to come back to it, though, I have to say. It took me a long time to come back to it. Like I had pretty much during school had destroyed my relationship with practicing. So the fact that you're getting back into it so quickly is really good. I'm really glad that you're doing that. It's good for you, you know? You guys too? Also getting a female doctor for precisely the same reason? Isn't that so stupid? It was, of all the like stupid things, misogyny, in my opinion, is one of the stupidest things out there. It's like makes no freaking sense. If you're finding a new posture, Charlie, re-examining bow hold, kind of just doing long tones, open strings. Yep, same. Like I feel like I have time now to explore all those things, you know? Whereas before I feel like I didn't have time. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, look at all these shared experiences we have. Okay, last section, guys. We're gonna do the same thing. Here we go. I just remembered I did get that message from John, so I just want to make sure it's nothing pressing. Oh. Everything's good, guys. It's just like, do you want me to pick something up on the way home? That type of thing. Okay, it's like everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. But okay, we shall continue. I need to watch out for my tuning on those accented C's. Also, I think I need to make sure that I don't rush the notes in the like middle register. So I'm just going to go over that part again. There we go. Better tuning on that C. Just make sure I'm not like making it super sharp. Because C's in general tend to have like pretty kind of like wonky tuning. They kind of tend to sort of like go really sharp or really flat. So you have to be like very intentional about the tuning. And yeah, I think I really discovered what I need to do whenever I'm kind of getting into this gnarly part here. It's the notes around the like C, D area in the middle register. I think before I used to put in so much effort to play through them that right now, if I put in the same amount of effort, I end up rushing them and then making them super messy. So ironically, I actually have to pull myself back when I get to those parts. So good to keep in mind. We are now going, because I have time, there's nothing pressing after this. So I'm going to allow myself a little bit of extra time to do some Genshin Impact Rapid as Wildfires. So for those of you who do play this game, Genshin Impact, this is one of the battle themes in Lyria. So really fun. Okay, see you later, Deanna. Thank you so much for dropping by. Oh, you have to, okay, back to work. Get a couple of things done. Yeah, so you don't have to face them in the AM. I feel that. I feel that. I agree. For in terms of needing work on the high notes, Jenny is saying, Blueberries here is saying that harmonic exercises help with the high notes. Yes, they do. What rep is everyone working on right now? Well, you see mine. How about the rest of you? What are you guys working on? What repertoire or etudes or exercises are you guys working on? Laters, Ryan, thank you so much for joining. And thank you so much for, like, you know, adhering to my rules, like when I like have pointed them out and stuff like that. Like, thank you for hearing me out. Thank you. Okay, so Charlie is asking, how do you go about finding non-classical to learn to play? I go on MuseScore. MuseScore has some amazing fan transcriptions of video game music and anime music. So if you literally just look up the name of the anime or video game and the instrument that you want, maybe the name of the song if you know the song, you will come up with the stuff. So this Rapid as Wildfires, I got it off of MuseScore. It's a wonderful fan, like, kind of like arrangement transcription. Yeah, it's really, really great. Yeah, MuseScore for sure. Okay, looks like you guys are doing the humorous. Oh, humorous. Hey, that's a really good one. Is that the one that goes da 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 da? Wow, I'm singing it so poorly. I'm gonna look it up because I think it's the one that I also studied when I was quite young, actually. It's by Dvorak, right? I was right. Yeah. It's this one, right? Yeah, I studied that when I was a kid. That's a great one. That's like very nostalgic for me. That was like from my happy times of studying the flute, which of course implies that I had not happy times, which I did. But that was definitely from my like kid obsession, flute obsession phase, you know? Yeah. It's a good one. One of the first pieces you learned on bass too, Charlie. Yeah, it's such a good one. It's so cute. It can get stuck in your head. It's easy to follow along, but at the same time, it kind of like helps train your fingers to start to move faster. It's a great little piece. Okay, we're gonna do some Rapid as Wildfires, but you guys can keep talking. Okay, let's see how much I remember this time. Did I do that right? I did. Okay, good. So I did remember what I committed to memory yesterday. Okay. Okay. Still some stuttering, like memory stuttering, but it's like mostly there. So we're just going to trust the process and keep doing this. Maybe next week or the week after I'll be able to do this smoothly. So, okay, we're going to do that, the part we just did, one more time from memory. Okay, most of that was good. There was one part that I had a bit of a memory stutter, but I did like make it through. So again, this just means I need to do it one more time to seal that in and then move on. Okay, so next section. We're going to go back, do the same thing, note where my memory stutter was, and then try to smooth that out and move on. too low. Got it. Okay. 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 I need to wind it back and review. Rewinding it back, there's a transition I need to kind of iron out. Committing that to memory. My brain is telling me if I do it one more time, it'll be fantastic. So we're gonna move on. Okay, skipping to the end. Iron out this last section again, and then we leave it. Okay. Yeah. I'm at my limit. I'm at my limit. I'm done. I'm done. Okay. But it's still better, even though I have memory stutters, it's still better than yesterday. So I can feel it like ironing out now. So that's all we're doing. We're going to clean up now. All right. Oh, that felt so good. I feel like I'm getting my mojo back. Is that okay to say? Anyway, I feel like I'm getting my kind of like my original energy back from like before I left for Singapore. So It's feeling good. It's feeling very good. Time to clean up. So we're going to do that. Do I think that Genshin is harder than the Ibert? No. I definitely think that if I didn't study the Ibert, that this Genshin piece would feel even harder to me, because there are a lot of overlapping skills that I brought over from the Ibert. But if you're to take just the actual piece, the pieces themselves, like Rapid as Wildfires versus Ibert, Ibert is harder. For sure. I think I just make it sound not that hard because I'm so familiar with a lot of it now. That's what I would say is might be happening here. So, because whereas I'm still like, you know, actively memorizing the Genshin one. Oh, thank you. I will for sure. Let me get a nice swig of water. Are you also at your limit, Unsphered? Your head is spinning now, courtesy of wine, of the wine you had with dinner. What kind of wine is it? I'm curious to know. Because everyone has very, very widely varying tastes in wine. Okay, so this part is the whatchamacallit, the adult part of this stream. I myself am more of a gin girl, so I do like my gin. Gins are delicious to me. I know that some people I think it's like very grandma-y, but I love it. Moscato. Fantastic taste. I do enjoy Moscato as well. Moscato is like one of the sweeter wines, and it is delightful. Doesn't matter if it's cheap, if it's good, you know? Gin and tonic, or do I do other stuff? I used to do gin and tonic. Nowadays, this makes me sound bougie as all heck, but these days, my favorite drink is a very strong drink, so I do not advise anyone to try it who, if you're a minor, do not drink. Okay. And also, if you are lightweight, you might not want to have this drink, because it's pretty darn strong. It's called an elder fashion, so it is gin with elderflower liqueur, and we like to add a little dash of bitters. I know this makes me sound bougie as all heck. And if we happen to have it, just like a little bit of like the orange peel, you just kind of like, you know, squeeze it to release the orange, like, what do they call it? Like the oils into it. And it is really good. There's a version of this that we really like, which is elderflower liqueur, the Seville orange gin, which we bought on our honeymoon. Which we don't like that Seville orange gin with literally any other drink besides this. And then you add orange bitters and a little twist of orange peel, and it is divine. It is so good, but it is extremely strong. So please, if you are a lightweight, maybe just have a sip of someone else's drink of it. Okay. Yeah, it's very good. So yeah, elderflower liqueur is so good. Basset Hound, welcome to stream. Hello, Nathan. Hello. Yeah, we kind of fell in love with the elderflower liqueur when one of our friends gifted us a Saint Germain's elderflower liqueur, like a bottle of Saint Germain's, one year, and we fell in love with it. Because we use it often as a Saint Germain's is really good to have by itself. But if you're going to use it as a mixer, it's probably better to use a cheaper elderflower liqueur. So that's what we've started to do. We absolutely now stock elderflower liqueur regularly in our refrigerator now. So it's a beautiful drink. So, you know, if you guys try it, let me know what you think, and you'll get a little taste of what I love. That's my favorite drink now, right now. That's like, so I went from sort of like a standard gin and tonic to like, you know, we've been sort of experimenting. And it's been wonderful. From Singapore's duty free at their airport, the Changi airport. We ended up getting, was it Tong Lin? Is that what it's called? The brand? Tong Lin. Yeah, I think that is it. Yeah, Tong Lin. We bought 2 gins. One we haven't tried yet, which is the orchid gin. And then we also bought their black powder gin, which is a very strong gin. It's very citrusy as well. So I really love it. It's 58%, so it's very, very, very strong gin. But yeah, we have a little gin collection now. I've now tried Citadel as well. Citadel, like, wow, I sound like such an alcoholic. I swear I don't drink all the time. Okay, we just have a little gin bar, as well as a few other alcohols, but you know, we drink here and there. But yeah, I've tried Citadel. Citadel is a beautiful gin. It's gorgeous. If you like it more floral, what's the Esme is really good. Yeah, I've clearly tried too many gins. Yeah. Is it a full moon tonight? Yeah. So yeah, if you like gin. Now the thing is, if you don't like gin, if you don't like juniper, you're gonna hate all of this. Okay, you're gonna hate all of this. So be sure that you actually like juniper. If you don't like juniper, you're probably not gonna like gin. Although we did try a gin, Roku gin, which is a Japanese gin. It's made from Japanese botanicals. And I don't know if it even has juniper in it. But it has that same kind of flavor profile as most gins do. So yeah, I'm a gin girl. I love my gins. And yeah, but that's I love that we just started talking about drinks. But yeah, when it comes to wines, Moscato is like, I think because I like these types of drinks, I do like the Moscato. The Moscato is really nice. Ooh, a good sangria. Lovely. Apple pie moonshine. Woo! That sounds delicious, though. That sounds really good. Ah, amazing. Let's see. So unsphered, you can't do the tart stuff. Ooh, a California Zinfandel. Those are very nice. Those are very nice. Oh, excuse me. Oh, for my oily folks out there, do you ever get what I'm just getting right now? Do you ever get like so much oil production that it gets into your eyes? Do you guys have that? My oily folks out there. This only happens to oily folks, okay? Do you guys get that? And then it gets into your eyeballs and it just stings. Like it just like you almost can't open your eyes because it stings so much. So I could feel it starting to get into my eyes. That's why I'm doing this. I'm not emotional right now, guys. It's just I'm trying to not get the oil into my eyes so that I don't start like it doesn't start stinging. Do you guys get that? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it burns. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, it burns. Like, oh, nothing burns quite like skin oil. It just, oil. Oh, so like you can feel when it's about to happen. So that's why I started wiping my eyes because I was like, holy cow, I'm about to burn my eyeballs off. Okay. I really should go now. I've been here for more than 2 hours. Well, I had a ton of fun. Um, Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today for this really long stream. I had a great time. I had a great practice session, got to chat with you guys too. So I will see you guys on Thursday. Um, so Thursday, right? No, Friday. It's already Wednesday. What is going on? Okay, I will see you guys on Friday. Now, I'm starting to have this thought in my head. Like, what if I just allowed myself to have longer streams, but just 2 or 3 times a week? You know, just let myself have the 2 or 3 hour stream, like 2 hour stream-ish, um, but like 3 times a week, something like that. That seems to be maybe a little bit more doable in terms of like me getting some content out, like video content out, not just stream stuff. Yeah, sound good? Okay. And the rest of you guys who are watching after the fact, let me know. You can put it in the bottom bar, like in the bottom bar in the comments below. Let me know if like 3 times a week, but longer streams. So instead of 1 hour per stream or like a planned 1 hour, I can actually make it just like a planned 2 hour stream. Yeah. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow in spirit. Yeah, so okay. Let me know, guys. Let me know if you guys are okay with it. I've been toying with that idea because I kind of love the freedom that I have from like like seeing you guys 3 times a week instead. I feel like I have a little bit more time to wiggle around, you know, and sometimes there are like surprise chores you have to do as an adult, you know, things around the house break down and whatever, and it's just nice to have that wiggle room. So, yeah, and I feel like I'm still progressing with my practicing. So, just practicing what I preach 3 times a week is actually enough. All right. So, we can try that. Time management is required. You're right. You're absolutely right. Okay. I will see you guys on Friday then. I love you all so very much. Please stay happy, healthy, and safe to the best of your ability. All right. Take care of yourselves. And because, you know, we know life happens. All right. Life happens. And sometimes you just don't really have control over it. And it's okay. Just do your part. Do what you can to take care of yourselves. And we're here to support you on my little corner of the internet. All right. So I love you all so very much. Again, please stay happy, healthy, and safe. And I shall see you guys on Friday. Oh, hi, Bill. Hello, hello. It's all good. Don't worry about it. I'll see you guys on Friday. Bye.